Thank you, Dale, for the introduction and the opportunity to present to the BC membership. I'm joining you all from the shared and unceded traditional territory of the Ktunaxa and Shuswap people. This presentation comes from a common phrase we economic developers hear. What are you doing? And it's a question we're asked by our masters, local business owners, and the public. And with the traditional need to write media releases by committee, it takes too long to get any official message out. So today I'm going to explain to you how you can tell your CED stories on a budget by blending owned media and unpaid media. So back to the dreaded question, what are you doing for economic development here? Our answer is an emphatic so much, right? But it's impossible to get your stakeholders to read reports these days. What started with me sharing a few photos with our local newspaper turned into a regular weekly section called Live Columbia Valley. Rather than paying a professional photographer or reporter to cover events, I shared my photos with good examples of community economic development practices for free in a 2-page feature each week, also known as unpaid media. And that's rather generous of me, I know, but my main reason for photojournalism was to tell our stories, fill our owned media, our social media channels, including LinkedIn. The Columbia Valley communicates on LinkedIn to educated job seekers, students, entrepreneurs, hiring managers, and including 29% of our followers from outside of the Kootenays, and many amenity and work from anywhere migrants. These are the many types of people we want in the Columbia Valley. And on Instagram, we have a younger and broader audience, which include women, who happen to be the majority of our small business owners and entrepreneurs. Individuals that appreciate aspirational storytelling, they want to find meaningful work-life integration. Remote workers, both second homeowners and work-from-homers, and finally, recent grads, who we try to convert from a great vacation experience to envisioning that they can start a life here. But the Columbia Valley Pioneer has its own complementary strengths too. It has a 4,400 copy circulation. It's a favorite media of older residents and second homeowners, visitors and tourists who pick up a copy to find out what's going on in the community while they're here, and those that do not use social media at all. Here's one example of how we grew a new audience. In July, we realized that Snowbirds would be a new market opportunity, while post-secondary students would need extra support when they weren't able to go off to school. We started using the hashtag Columbia Valley Snowbirds to get the attention of the children of snowbirds so that they could coax their parents into spending the winter here. And it has worked rather well. Finding and engaging your audience doesn't take a professional marketer, photographer, video crew, and a 5-figure budget. You can do a great job with your smartphone if you consider composition and basic editing. To fake it until you make it, get a $150 gimbal to stabilize your videos and invest in small mirrorless cameras with a zoom lens to achieve clarity at a distance. But most shots will come up close. They will happen in the daylight. They will be of locals, at events. Families and animals are particularly appealing. These are your community's unofficial lifestyle brand ambassadors. But there are exceptions when you want a moody weather image to drive, say, winter clothing sales or push a renovation rebate program. Your models don't have to be perfect. They need to be authentic. Your composition and text needs to be informative and sometimes instructional. This is a reason to show all types of businesses, and it's a great chance for them to see you at work. Inanimate objects work well too. You can even post photos of brochures and print media. Assembled scenes of Christmas gift ideas, locally made crafts, and fresh food are also great topics that can change with the weather and seasons. And video does not need to be daunting. Just get out there. Offer help to businesses that need to tell their stories, but don't have the time, capacity, or budget to do it themselves. Prime them, let them rehearse, then record, upload, publish, and move on to the next CED story. Timing is everything. If you get a good shot, post it before you get distracted and it gets buried. Ideally, over time, you develop a library of images that you can post in advance of an event to drive traffic to it. But you can also go live or publish a recap. Don't worry about hitting the perfect time of day. Just do it sometime that day, maybe when you need a break from spreadsheets. And whatever way you like to store your files, just make sure that you can find them quickly. Sort your photos daily. Shoot in a workable resolution, something you can use without plugging up your hard drive, and make sure you regularly back up. The best stories don't have to be long. In fact, human attention spans are falling dramatically Aim to get your reader to take one action from your post and prepare to nudge them many, many, many times. Job postings, for instance, are usually super boring, but pair it with a photo of what you can be doing on your lunch break, and voila, you've just transformed the reader's interest in the position. Work BC offices and employers really appreciate the extra coverage and support. Because there's so many COVID response programs, many organizations have grown numb to media releases. But I found exceptional results by pairing photos of local businesses who have used a similar program. And when your community receives a big grant or an award, it's always nice to be the first to get the message out. With one photo and story, you can easily post on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, in the newspaper. As we've found, many photos have actually been used by local organizations and made into banners. Your content is valuable when it's shared with partners. Analytics could be a full-time job, but you already have one. So just find out what resonates, what doesn't, and what content grows your audience. It can be a science, but just enjoy the process as art. It's never been easier and cheaper to find customers online. It's easy to connect to and later vet followers and determine how to move them through the economic development pipeline. Like their posts too, and send them specific opportunities through their preferred communication medium that won't get buried in their inbox. In a way, you can use these channels as your CRM for millennials and Gen Y. Finally, while not all of your advisors will be on or get social media, everyone appreciates a good photo of them. Everyone appreciates someone that makes them look good. So use your storytelling to show off the value of you, your economic development role, the organization, and specific targets in the community. This attention will attract new residents and investment. So thanks very much for the opportunity to share. I hope you'll all go out and tell a great story today.